Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to Alien Protocols. You know, lately there's just been a lot of really interesting, weird synchronicities for me. And interesting, just bizarre events. Yesterday, I was talking to a dear friend, and my phone was at 30%. A previous couple times, because I'm very resonant with this friend, just some weird, let's say, coincidences have happened. Like his server has gone out a couple times while we've been speaking. And yesterday, something really bizarre happened where I checked, because the connection has gone out a couple times, I checked my power to make sure I had enough power, and I had 30%. And literally a couple seconds after I checked, the phone shut off. And I was like, wow, maybe it just shut off. I tried to turn it back on and it gave the battery symbol. You have to plug it in. So I plugged it in, and after a little while, it came back on, and I kept it plugged in, and it had the little charge symbol, but I saw the power go down. 4%, 3%, 2%. It was still plugged in. It had the charge symbol. 1% shut off. So I turned it off. I rebooted it. Did it again. Took a little longer for it to turn back on this time. And then for a lot of the evening, maybe for like 4 or 5 hours afterwards, it wouldn't charge. It showed the symbol, but it wouldn't charge. Now, of course, this could be some technical, something that I don't know about, never seen before. I've never seen something go out like that while charged. I turned down the brightness, the first time it happened, and turned off all the other apps, turned off Bluetooth, turned off Wi-Fi, turned off everything. So it was using the least power possible, but it kept doing that. And then for about 2 or 3 hours afterwards, it stayed at 1% with the lightning bolt power symbol, but would still turn back off again. So it was very interesting. And today, no problem. I let it charge all night. It charged up, no problem. So, sometimes things have a reason and we just don't know what it is, and a reason that's very normal and not phenomenal. But that was interesting. So lately, I've had a very interesting series of requests to assist with contact. And I guess, how should I say this? I didn't feel completely comfortable for assisting one group because I didn't know all the parameters. And although I do seem to have a tremendous amount of success with calling for others, or doing programmed sightings, as some people call them, but I just didn't feel completely comfortable, and the group couldn't really tell me everything, so I didn't. And it's kind of sent me on this new contact issue where I want to do some more contact. I work on different aspects of the esoteric at a time. I kind of will work on healing for a while, and then I'll stop and work on psionics, and then I'll work on this or work on that, and just keep it rotating so I keep everything very fresh. And I think that's a really positive way to prevent yourself from getting stagnant and your abilities to go down in any one area. And I highly recommend that to you guys if pursuing some of these esoteric abilities, is to work on your whole psychic body, not just one aspect. When you work out your physical body, you don't just work out one arm, you work out the whole thing to have a fuller, stronger physical body. So, I would love to hear what you guys think about contact protocols. I've noticed there's something very interesting that happens, and it's a new similarity between UFO phenomena locations, and physical mediumship. Physical mediumship is when certain types of channelers or mediums are able to elicit phenomena that has oftentimes to do with people who have passed or making contact with another being. Some people use channeling to do this, but like Dr. Foy, who did the Scole experiments, SCOLE, and they had a tremendous amount of success with having all sorts of occurrences. And there's an interesting phenomena that happens, and this is the same kind of phenomena that happens with UFOs and phenomena locations, whereby first there'll be a smoke, kind of a thick mist, and it'll be the mist/smoke will be seemingly almost alive. It can clump in certain areas and travel. With physical mediumship, sometimes it transforms into, quote, ectoplasm, which I've never really seen in the classic sense. I've always thought of it as kind of fake, with the old time pictures of mediums and the cotton like coming out of their mouth and stuff. But other very intense researchers say that it's very real, and it is certainly real with CE5 events. If you have a group that's really resonant, this kind of occurrence will happen. And at the farm, I remember distinctly when our group was very advanced, we would get this. It happened like 3 times. At the opening to the trails into the woods, there's this natural kind of archway, and this thick kind of smoke billowed in across the ground, kind of formed a big circle, big half circle, and inside the big half circle there seemed to be these little lighting effects, little lightning kind of bolts and a yellow arc, which I distinctly remember seeing all 3 major events. Now, right after that, there was some visual appearances of stuff that all of us saw in the group. And it was so intense that one of our members, I won't say her name, but it begins with an M, screamed out, "Oh my gosh!" And the kind of, whatever it was, being or something that, looked, it was a being or something. When she screamed that out, it disappeared, and the smoke quickly disappeared. Now, I've heard of this with other groups and with physical mediumship, where the same kind of smoke thing will happen, lighting effects, and then appearances. And this is very similar also to what I've heard from Rama, the incredible South American group that does CE5, where they would see this kind of smoke and sometimes a lighting feature and then appearances. So this seems incredibly interesting to me. I'm wondering how much is a feature of consciousness? How much is a feature of a real phenomena happening? And I'd love to hear what you guys think. Much love to you and yours.